writing to each other. And then Catherine finally arrives to England on October 2nd in 1501. And they met for the first time. And they were married in that November. Now, the problem with their correspondence in Latin is you could read Latin just fine, but they each learned a different pronunciation. So they couldn't talk to each other. She said to write down. So the poor Catherine, she later learned English, of course. But they couldn't communicate at first. Now, they had a marriage ceremony on 14th of November, 1501. They decided they were old enough at this point to now finally get married. And they had what they call a public bedding ceremony. Now, this was common in the medieval period. It's sort of a big celebration, especially when there's important people, especially when there are monarchs involved or heirs to the throne. They dress the woman in virginal white, just her shift, and they put holy water and rose petals in the bed, and they lay her out in there. And then they bring in the groom, and he's just wearing a shift and a little gown over that. And all his groomsmen, this is where we get the groomsmen from, they're laughing and playing, and they get him in there, lots of jokes, and then they close the door, and then in the morning you're supposed to show the sheets to see that she was a virgin, you see blood on the sheets. So they did this public bedding ceremony for these guys, but it was the only one in the 16th century to happen. They didn't have one after that.